children, welcome to everyone in my online chemistry class. As you are knowing, we are revising the very first chapter, that is matter in our surroundings, and in my previous lecture you have studied the three states of matter, that is solid state, liquid state, gaseous state, definition of these three states along with their properties with suitable examples. Children, in today's lecture we are going to revise another important point of this chapter, that is interconversion of state of matter, which is also termed change of state of matter. So first of all, know what is the meaning of this point. So as the name interconversion or change, it is very clear that one substance going to change into another substance, or you can say one matter of the state going to change into another state of matter by changing either temperature or by pressure, or by changing temperature and pressure both. Then that type of change will termed as change of state and also called interconversion of state of matter. So interconversion of state of matter or change of state can be defined as the change in the physical state, or you can say the change in the physical state of matter from one state to another state by changing the temperature or by changing the pressure or by changing temperature and pressure both. Then such type of change is known as change of state, or also called interconversion of state of matter. Okay children, so in this point we have to study how a substance which is present in solid state gets converted into liquid state, and liquid state gets converted into gaseous state, or conversion of gaseous state into liquid state, or conversion of liquid state into solid state, or you can say conversion of solid state into gaseous state directly, or conversion of gaseous state directly into the solid state. So the process which are occurring here means the change which we are going to brought, they what termed here, and that will come under the category of interconversion of state of matter, also called change of state of the matter. So children, suppose there are these are the three states of matter, in which first is solid state. Suppose this is representing liquid state, this is representing gaseous state or vapor state. Okay? So children, when solid on heating, means by increasing temperature, gets converted into liquid state, then that change is called melting or fusion. Right? The conversion of solid state by heating means you are increasing the temperature, then it will get changed into liquid state. So conversion of solid into liquid by heating is called melting or fusion. Alright? Is called melting or fusion. And conversion of liquid into solid by cooling, or you can say by increasing pressure. The conversion of liquid into solid by cooling or by increasing pressure. The process which occur in the conversion of liquid to solid is called freezing or you can say solidification. Okay, means this freezing or solidification is the reverse of melting. Clear, children? So conversion of liquid into solid by cooling is termed freezing or solidification. Alright. Similarly, when liquid gets heated, when liquid state of the matter is heated, but when heated below its boiling point, the conversion of liquid into a gas by heating, but when heating occurs below the boiling point, is termed evaporation. And when liquid is converted into gaseous state, or you can say when liquid boils and gets converted into gaseous state at 1 atm pressure, is called boiling or called evaporation. Means by increasing the temperature, or you can say by heating, liquid conversion of liquid state into gaseous state below its boiling point is called evaporation. And at boiling point, when liquid gets boiled and converting into the gaseous or vapor state, is called boiling. Clear? Similarly, when gas gets cooled, means you are going to increase the pressure, conversion of gas into liquid by increasing pressure or by cooling, then this process of conversion of gas into liquid is called condensation. Alright? Once again, the conversion of gaseous state into liquid state by cooling or by increasing pressure, the process occurs is called condensation. So here, when you are going to heat, liquid gets converted into gaseous state, and here on cooling, gaseous state changing into liquid state will be called condensation. Alright, student? One more point. What is melting point? So children, the temperature at which a solid changes into liquid state at 1 atmospheric pressure or 1 atm pressure is called melting point. Similarly, conversion of a liquid state into gaseous state by heating at 1 atm pressure is called boiling point. And one more thing, one conversion also here taking place. Conversion of solid, when solid gets heated and gets converted into gaseous state without coming into the liquid state. Listen children carefully. The conversion of solid state into gaseous state without coming into the liquid state, then that change of state is called sublimation. Is called sublimation. Means conversion of solid state into the gaseous state without coming into liquid state is called sublimation, and this process is occur with the increase of temperature, or you can say by heating. Here heating phenomena occurs when solid gets heated and converting into gaseous state without changing into the liquid or without going into liquid state is called sublimation. Alright? So sublimation is the process in which a solid state of the matter or the substance gets converted into gaseous state is called sublimation. Similarly, conversion of a gaseous state into solid state by cooling or by increasing pressure is called desublimation. Means reverse of sublimation is called desublimation. Here heating take place and here cooling take place. Clear children? So you can say conversion of gaseous state directly into solid state without coming in this state is termed desublimation or also called deposition. So there are 6 processes taking place, in which first is conversion of solid into liquid is called fusion or melting. This is the first step, first conversion. Similarly, conversion of liquid into gas is called evaporation or in some case boiling, depending upon the temperature. This is the second change. And third change, conversion of gaseous state into liquid state by cooling is condensation, and this is the third change of state. And next is conversion of a liquid state into solid state is the fourth change of state of the matter. And fifth one is conversion of solid into gas, that is sublimation, is the fifth change of state, and conversion of gas into solid, that is termed desublimation or deposition, is the sixth change of state of matter. Means you are here observing that these 3 states are going to change into 6 states by either increasing the temperature or by increasing the pressure or by decreasing the temperature or by decreasing the pressure or by increasing or decreasing temperature and pressure both. So these 6 type of changes occurs in the physical state of the solid, liquid and gases. So children must remember, question may come that what do you mean by sublimation? Question may come that what is the meaning of condensation? Question may come that what is evaporation? So evaporation is the process in which a liquid gets converted into a gaseous state or vapor state at a temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation, is also called vaporization. The other name of evaporation is vaporization. Alright? So one more point I want to discuss with you. What factor affect evaporation? Question often comes that define evaporation, or what do you mean by evaporation, and what factors affect the phenomena of evaporation. So children, evaporation, just by defining that evaporation is the process, and also know evaporation is the surface phenomena in which a liquid state of the matter or liquid state of the substance gets converted into its gaseous state or vapor state at the temperature below its boiling point is called evaporation. And what factors which affect the process of evaporation? So first point which affect the evaporation is temperature. So what is the meaning of this point? Means with the increase of temperature, the rate of evaporation increases. Means first factor which affect the process of evaporation is temperature. Means with the increase of temperature, the rate of evaporation increases, or you can say with the decrease of temperature, rate of evaporation decreases. Second point is what? That is surface area. Surface area. So students, as you are knowing, this process of evaporation is a surface phenomenon. So with the increase of surface area, the rate of evaporation increases, and just the reverse, with the decrease of surface area, the rate of evaporation decreases. And next point which affect the evaporation is called humidity. Humidity. What is humidity? Humidity may be defined as, children, you can define very easily, the amount of water vapor which are present in air. The amount of water vapor which are present in air is called humidity, and humidity is just a reciprocal of evaporation. Means if humidity is high, then rate of evaporation decreases. Alright? Suppose evaporation is represented by EV and humidity I am representing by H, then relation between process of evaporation and humidity is just reciprocal. Means with the increase of humidity, evaporation decreases, and with the decrease of humidity, evaporation increases. This is the meaning of this point. And one more point which affect the process of evaporation is a wind speed. Wind speed. So children, with the increase of wind speed, the process of evaporation increases, and with the decrease of wind speed, the process of evaporation, that is what? Once again I reminding this point. With the increase of wind speed, the process of evaporation increases, and with the decrease of wind speed, the process of evaporation or process of vaporization decreases. So these are the main factors which affect the process of evaporation. And question comes that what happens when humidity is higher? What is the effect of humidity? Or you can say the question comes that explain, if humidity is higher, then why evaporation gets decreased? So on this basis you can explain. So these are the factors which affect the process of evaporation. Now children, one more point of the same chapter, that is conversion of one temperature into another temperature. So must remember one formula. The question comes that convert 5 degrees centigrade into Fahrenheit, or convert Fahrenheit degree centigrade into Kelvin scale. So that can be calculated by using the formula C by 5 is F minus 32 upon 9 is K. Must remember this formula is utilized for the interconversion of, that is, temperatures, where C stand Celsius scale, F stand Fahrenheit scale, and K stand Kelvin scale. Alright? So must remember this formula. C by 5 is equals to F minus 32 by 9 is equal to K, where C stand for Celsius degree Celsius scale, F stand for Fahrenheit scale, and K stand for Kelvin scale. So by using these three degrees of temperature, you can find what the temperature is required. So must remember. And so children, some more points which are left in the revision of this chapter I will discuss in next lecture. So student, learn properly and remember these facts easily. Then it will be more better for you to understand the facts, and that will help you better in solving the problems which will come in examination. So students, That's all today. Thank you. Have a nice day.